New developments in the search for Lisa Irwin after the 10-month-old may have been spotted north of Kansas City.
All we can do is just basically keep our eyes open, and end up watching and call the police if we see anything suspicious.
And as the search for little Lisa continues this morning, police try something new overnight, hoping someone, somewhere, knows something, as the little girl's parents plead for her safe return.
Our two other boys are waiting for her, please. Just drop her off anywhere. We don't care. Just somewhere safe where she can come home, please.
And it has now been more than 48 hours since little Lisa was reported missing, and police say they are investigating every tip they receive.
This morning, a possible break in the case. A tip from St. Joseph, north of Kansas City. Sloan Heller is following these new developments. She begins our team coverage live from 39th and North Lister. Sloan.
Good morning, Curtis. Again, she was reported missing 4 a.m. Tuesday, has not been seen since. We're live this morning in the Northland. Sloan Heller, NBC Action News Today.
Sloan, thank you. And flyers may play the most important role in the search for a missing child.
As many of you have seen, a lot of people have started Facebook groups to try to help help find Lisa Irwin. This is a picture of one of the flyers there on Facebook. We spoke with the Polly Klaas Foundation, who helps distribute flyers. They say the key to finding a missing child starts with getting their picture out there.
The family needs support, first and foremost. They're living every parent's nightmare. And what they really need are friends and family and the community support to rally around them. Flyers can really be a great supplement to get her picture in people's hands so that everybody's looking out for her.
The Polly Klaas Foundation has helped the families of more than 7,500 missing children. And for the first time since their daughter disappeared, Lisa Irwin's parents are addressing the public, hoping someone will know something and they'll come forward. During a news conference yesterday, they issued a desperate plea for that person to call in their tips.
We just urge anyone that has any kind of information as to where she is or who she's with or anything to please call the tips hotline or the police. Anything, even the smallest bit of information could help lead to her return. Anybody that might have her, they can drop her off at any place safe, fire station or hospital or a church. No questions asked. We just want to have her back home.
We just want our baby back. Please, bring her home. Our two other boys are waiting for her, please. Just drop her off anywhere. We don't care. Just somewhere safe where she can come home, please.
The family plans to hold a candlelight vigil for Lisa and hope to have it tonight. We'll keep you posted. And from the parents to random strangers, pleas for little Lisa's safe return have poured in from all around the country. And this morning, Lisa's grandparents are also sharing their story, hoping you'll hear what they have to say. Lindsay Shively continues our team coverage from the family's home there at 39th and North Lister. Lindsay.
Good morning, guys. We're live this morning. Lindsay Shively, NBC Action News Today.
And a woman who understands what the parents of Lisa Irwin are going through hopes to add to the TIPS reward fund. Tina Helm is a mental health advocate and believes that mental illness played a part in this crime. She's a grandmother and former nurse. Tina doesn't know the family or Lisa, but she is worried because of what happened to her 30 years ago. In a violent fight, her then ex-husband took her baby.
I wouldn't get him back. And my child was taken from me. It was domestic violence, and my child was returned 24 hours later for a pack of cigarettes.
Tina says that she wants to add to the TIPS reward fund, but hopes this little girl is found before the reward is needed. Police want you to call in with any information you have about where little Lisa may be, no matter how minor it may seem. The number is right there on your screen, 816-474-8477. You can also text your tip to crimes. You can remain anonymous. Our coverage looking for Lisa continues online. We put together a timeline of when Lisa was first reported missing. We're going to take you through the day with the search efforts from Kansas City Police and neighboring agencies to where police stand currently. We also posted additional pictures of Lisa. It's all online at NBCActionNews.com. Look under Spotlight. Meteorologist Brett Anthony now has Kansas City's most accurate forecast.
Hi, Curtis. Good morning, everyone. Time now 5:07 at 60 degrees outside. That's relatively mild for October. It should be around 50 degrees at this time of day, but not so this morning. From the Paropo's camera in Parkville, we look at dry streets. We'll have a bright horizon. Once again, you'll need those sunglasses, specifically between 7:30 and about 8:15 this morning when the sun will be at its brightest right over the horizon. 63 degrees downtown. Richmond, Missouri right now at 54. Chillicothe now down to 52, and it's 53 out in Lawrence. Here's your south wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. That'll be strengthening today at 10 to 20 miles an hour. So we have a warm and breezy day, and that does bring us a heightened danger of grass fires across the region. Here's the forecast for today. 55 at 7 a.m., 78 at noon, and then 82 this afternoon with bright sunshine once again out there. I'm still tracking that chance of rain for Sunday. I'm getting some new data in here this morning. We'll have the latest 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, Brett, thank you. 5:08 now. A man is dead this morning after a police chase overnight in Kansas City, Kansas. Police say they tried to stop the driver around midnight, but he took off. Officers did put out stop sticks. The driver tried to go around the sticks and then crashed into the side of a building at 7th and Central. Police say the driver was ejected from the car. He was pronounced dead a short time later. And this morning, we have a surveillance photo of a car police believe hit and killed a homeless woman. Here's a look at it. You see it right there. It's a dark colored, possibly gray, may have damage to the front, hood, and windshield. Police say this car hit a 71-year-old woman near 45th and Paseo on Tuesday morning, then carried her on the hood of the car for a block before she fell off. People who live and work in that area say the woman was friendly, but never really told anyone her real name, so they called her Strawberry or Wildberry. They tell us she stayed in an abandoned house. If you know anything about the car in question, you want to call the TIPS hotline.
Drivers, mind your P's and Q's. The KC Star is reporting that police officers across Kansas City will be paying extra attention to minor traffic violations today. Things like failing to signal, lane changes, not making complete stops, and following too closely. It is called Operation Impact. A sergeant with Kansas City Police said that the violations may seem very minor, but they often lead to crashes or even road rage.
Hundreds of people turned out to a rally to rebuild 7 Joplin homes in 7 days with the help of the television show Extreme Makeover Home Edition. The show plans to begin rebuilding the homes this month and will also involve reconstruction work at Cunningham Park. 21 building contractors are taking part in the big builds. They have been meeting this week with subcontractors and material suppliers to plan the work. Joplin, you'll remember, was devastated by a May tornado that killed 162 people.
In this morning's Workers Wanted, want to try your luck in a new career? The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is looking to hire 1,000 employees before its February opening. Here's video from a past job fair, and according to the Kansas City Business Journal, jobs are available in the casino, food and beverage, accounting, and security areas. Hollywood Casino will hold a job fair Saturday, October 15th. It will be at the Overland Park Convention Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The casino could start hiring as early as November.
Now, the forecast certified most accurate. Here's Brett Anthony and Action Weather Plus, Kansas City's weather leader.
All right, you just saw me 3 minutes ago, and believe it or not much has changed. Coming up, we'll look at the 7-day forecast, plus we'll track that chance of rain for you that moves in for Sunday night.
Okay, Brett. He has been compared to the Disney of our time. This morning, the world remembers the man who changed the way we communicate.
And if you feel like your spouse may be hiding something from you, you may be right. This morning, the #1 secret of many marriages.
It is Thursday, October 6th, 5:12 in the morning right now. You are watching NBC Action News Today. A lot more to come.
The search for a missing 10-month-old apparently abducted from her North Kansas City home continues this morning. Overnight, officers began stopping vehicles in the area of Lisa Irwin's home for questioning, hoping for answers. Police are also following up on several leads. More than 50 have come in, including one from a clerk at a Love's truck stop in St. Joseph. We're told a clerk in St. Joe saw a baby matching Lisa's description and called police. Kansas City police are currently reviewing security video from the truck stop. Here's another look at Lisa Irwin. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, weighs about 30 pounds. She has her 2 bottom teeth, a small bug bite under her left ear, and a beauty mark on her right outer thigh, and currently has a cough and cold. If you see her, call the TIPS hotline, 816-474-8477.
Anyone with an iMac, an iPod, or an iPhone has experienced the legacy of Steve Jobs. The Apple co-founder lost his battle with cancer yesterday at the age of 56. Greg Black shows us a tech world in mourning.
Around the world and around the web. In Atlanta, Greg Black, NBC Action News Today.
And Jobs' resume includes pioneering the personal computer and the computer mouse, so far-reaching his innovations. Apple released a statement saying, in part, quote, "The world has lost an amazing human being." Thousands remembered a broadcast personality for her energy and creativity at a memorial service in Minneapolis yesterday. Eleanor Mondale, the daughter of former Vice President Walter Mondale, died last month after a battle with brain cancer. Mondale was 51 years old.
Jared Loughner will remain in Arizona for the time being while his lawyers challenge a ruling that would have sent him back to Springfield, Missouri for more psychological treatment. The Tucson shooting suspect attending a court hearing last week over his mental health. Loughner is charged in the January shooting that killed 6 people and injured 13 others, including Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords.
5:18 now. Professional athletes are trying a new therapy they say lets them train hard without the soreness that usually follows. It's called whole body cryotherapy. Users enter a chamber of liquid nitrogen 300 degrees below zero. Athletes say it gives them an edge by speeding up recovery time after training.
I trained probably for a few hours right before I came here. And right now, I feel like I can go again.
It really helps with deep tissue relaxation, muscle relaxation. It has been helpful with muscle spasms, and it speeds up the healing process.
The treatments are just 2 to 3 minutes, and because it's not really a wet cold like an ice bath, patients say the cold is bearable. And speaking of cold, here's a story you probably don't really want to hear. The Sierra Nevadas saw their first significant snow of the season yesterday. Look at that. Accumulation prompted some travelers to get out their snow chains. We just hope it stays to the west of us and doesn't move our way. That's a lot of snow.
A foot of snow in some of those higher elevations. That's at 9,000 feet, 6,000 to 9,000 feet. It is going to stay to the west. No worries of that. Let's take a look at the no, exactly. Radar satellite picture. We haven't had our first frost yet. Another look at the 7-day forecast and powercast tracking a chance of rain for Sunday. Coming up in the next half hour of NBC Action News Today.
The struggling economy is impacting everyone, including college students. This morning, the hard time graduates are having staying afloat as college tuition rises.
And what does the future hold for the Big 12? Mizzou fans wait to find out what will happen to their school and their conference.
Senator Lindsey Graham thinks failure to approve TransCanada's Keystone Pipeline could make or break President Obama's 2012 election bid. That is business news at the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Bloomberg's Deborah Costrin for NBC Action News Today.
While the banks and the economy are still reeling from the housing crisis, there's a concern that the next money bubble could burst. Would be unpaid student loans. 500,000 students and graduates are expected to default on their loans. Experts say this is partially because tuitions have gotten so high, but also because private loans are displacing government loans at a rapid rate. By 2012, student debt is likely to approach $1 trillion. Well, marriage is supposed to be about honesty and trust, but when it comes to money, that apparently goes out the window. A new survey by the National Foundation for Credit Counseling shows nearly a quarter of Americans said they would hide money troubles from their spouses. 9% of those surveyed said they'd withhold the information to keep from worrying their spouses. 7% said they'd keep quiet out of fear the information could damage their relationships. The Occupy Wall Street movement may have started in New York, but it's getting a lot of support across the country, including here in Missouri. And we do continue our team coverage as police look for a 10-month-old baby taken from her Northland home. It is Thursday, October 6th. Your time now is 5:27. You're watching NBC Action News Today.